I think we are live. Hello, everybody. My name is Rod Allred. Welcome to the Wake Up Legendary Call. I'll give people a second to mosey in and give myself a second to find it on my phone so I can see the comments. But how you guys doing today? Let me see. Am I good to go? Not seeing it yet. There we are. I am. First try. There we go. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the Wake Up Legendary Call. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're calling in from. Christiane, I see you hopped in. How you doing? Good morning. Jake, good morning, man. Let's see here. Let me bring it up on my computer too as well to make the lighting a little better. But good morning, everybody. Let's see, Christiane, Jake, Dylan, how are we doing? Lady Constance, how are you? Elena, Lisa, Mary, Frenek, how do you pronounce your name? I don't recognize your name. You go by Frankie? Andrea, how are you? Justina, good morning. Now we got everybody hopping in. We already got a big crowd already. Sheila, how you doing? Yeah, guys, you hopping in. Let us know where you're calling in from. Say hello. You guys know I love you. Come on in. Don't be shy. Say something. Brad, how you doing? Jarius, how you doing? Jarius or Jarius? Is it Jarius or Jarius? My mistake if I'm pronouncing it wrong, man. Kelly, how are you? Everybody, good morning, good afternoon. This is the Wake Up Call. If this is not your first time on, you know the drill. Drop in lots of comments, 5, 10 each per person. And then if you're watching this later, drop in a hashtag replay in the comments so we know that how many people are watching this later. So good morning, everybody. We have a cool topic today. I'm just going to kind of, I guess like I normally do is I just get an idea, then I just kind of talk about it. Actually, my wife, Caroline, is the idea person behind all these calls usually. So Bertha, Reza, how you pronounce your name? Charlotte, how you doing? Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about the most difficult prison to escape. It is kind of an interesting question there. Perfect. Shane, how you doing? Tim, how you doing? So today's topic is about the theme of the topic and the content that Dave's going to post today at noon. The theme is, if you're in your head, you're dead, right? Which is a Tony Robbins quote that deals with, people getting in their own head, their own mind, and kind of standing in their own way and letting their mind kind of dictate the direction they don't want to go in. And you're just kind of being stuck in your own head. And then when you're stuck in your own head, you're dead. It's kind of exaggerated expression, of course, but that's a Tony Robbins quote. And Dave's going to talk about that today and the content that he releases at noon. I think it kind of goes very well with it was a strategic placing of that content because of the webinar that we had last night. First of all, who's in Reza? Hey, nice, I did it, Reza. But Tim, don't do it to me, man. Don't do it to me. We got the Braves, the situation with the Braves, and then we got the situation with Georgia. Ranked number 3 Georgia losing to an unranked team at our own stadium. That was painful. And then the Falcons are, I think, 1-5 now, man. So my Atlanta teams are doing what we do best, making you feel like we're going to be good, and then just choking and at the last minutes with things. So, but yeah, man, it hurts. It was a gloomy weekend, and it's a gloomy Monday here. It's not even sunny at all. So that makes sense. Melanie, how you doing? I heard you got a lot of shout outs last night in that webinar there. Casey, how you doing? See if did I miss anybody? No. Okay, cool. But hey, everybody, and the topic today is about how to stay out of your own head, how to stop second guessing and having yourself be prevented from things, like preventing your own self from things. And first of all, who's dropping a comment if you're doing the boot camp? I know a lot of you are. Some of you might not be. You might be new here and you're coming in halfway and you're like wondering if you should be doing it or wondering what it is. So comment below if you are. Say yes if you're active in the boot camp. Say no if you're not active in the boot camp. But Rafiat, how you doing? Rafat, how you doing? But drop in a comment if you're doing the boot camp, and then also drop in a comment if you saw the webinar last night. We had a launch webinar on the 30th or 31st, and then Alex had another launch webinar. I guess not a launch, but a halfway through webinar last night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So if you guys watched that, let me know. If you guys didn't watch that, let me know. Say, I did not see the webinar, need the link. And in that way, I'm sure someone below will copy and paste, or I can definitely do it as well. Copy and paste the post that was Alex went live in the free bootcamp in the Traffic Bootcamp group, the Facebook group. And if you guys didn't watch that video or watch that webinar last night, I strongly suggest it. It's about 2 hours. It ain't nothing short, but it's worth every little bit. He talks about, obviously, now is we're beginning. No, Jarius, we'll get you in that. Yeah, the bootcamp is great. But make sure you watch that webinar last night, because it is key. And Alex goes into full detail about just getting started with doing video, because now it's the 15th. And I told everyone last week that to start getting prepared for this day, because today's the first day of the video section of the bootcamp. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be nervous. A lot of you are going to be excited. But it's good, since the last call we had on last Tuesday, to start getting you guys prepared, to start practicing, start creating content without any intention of anyone watching it. So, yeah, Kelly, he was. If anyone didn't see it, someone dropped the link in down below. If someone has the link to the post in Facebook to that video. But my face still hurts from laughing. What are the underwater basket weaving part? I watched it this morning and I was cracking up at that. I hope everyone's been practicing that. Let's say a week ago, I gave everyone advice to just start creating content with intention of no one seeing that. So who's done that? Who actually started to do a little hand emoji? If you down in the comments, if you started to practice with no intention of anyone seeing. I mean, that's just the easiest thing to do right away. Is just to create a video literally with no thought of anyone in the planet seeing it. So if you're still embarrassed, that means you're embarrassed by yourself, which that needs to obviously go away. Have some fun with it. Embarrass yourself, fail, be bad at it, whatever. It's going to get better. And that makes it part of the fun to see yourself progress. I mean, if you were naturally good at this overnight, what is the fun in that? There's no fun in that. It's not going to be rewarding when you do get good at it. It's more rewarding when you've worked for it, believe me. So it's that webinar last night that Alex had was really good in that sense that it gets you out of your own head with this. So who started to do April? Good. Like start underwater basket weaving. Yeah. Now you know how. It's a very important skill. It's a very high income skill. Definitely. I'm sure we're going to have a course on it here soon. But nice, guys. Yeah. Just practice like no one's watching, because no one will. It's only going to be you and the camera. And I have some tips on obviously, how to make it a better quality video and how to use your smartphone. I just no need to buy a big old camera. Just use your smartphone. Turn it sideways and just have at it. So that if no one watched that, nice Smelly. If no one watched that call I had last week, my advice with the video side was just go shoot video with no intention of anyone ever seeing it. And by the time you get to the 10th one or so, you're going to find one where hold on, that was actually pretty good. Or you're going to start to build that confidence. And you guys, I am extremely proud. I'm very surprised too as well. And I'm extremely proud to see what you guys have done the first 15 days of this boot camp. I mean, we weren't really knowing what to expect. I mean, we did expect for a lot of people to start and people to start to fall off. That's natural. It's just going to happen. You go to the gym in January, right, to work out or to exercise. You go in January and what is it? It is busy. Everyone in the world is in that gym, it feels like, and you got to go at 5 in the morning to kind of beat the crowds. What does that gym look like in March? Like a barren wasteland. Tumbleweeds are floating by. Right? Because people start things and they don't finish them. It's just inevitable. I do it. There's plenty of things I've started that I haven't finished. We all do it. But it's important to get out of that habit, obviously. I mean, we can't just start things, not finish them. But I am very surprised and very proud to see your guys' content. I mean, the written content, and it's not easy to write. Copywriting is a skill that's developed, that the best way to develop it is learn as much as possible. I tell this everyone I talk to on the phones. So if you talked with me, you've heard this a lot, is to feed your mind as much as possible. Learn as much as possible. The people that learn more, earn more. The successful people out there, they ain't got nothing you don't got. They just know some things you don't know yet. So feed your mind, learn as much as possible. That's the first thing. The second thing to get better at copywriting is to obviously study other marketers. There's market research. Right? So you don't need to go study marketers with the intention of copy and pasting their emails or just copying them to a T. That doesn't even work anyway, and it's kind of greasy, right? But study marketers enough to where you start to see a pattern. There's a pattern there, right? That you'll start to be like, wow, you'll start to notice that pattern, and you can incorporate that pattern into your videos, incorporate that pattern into your Facebook ads, into your email copy, into your article copy, all of that. You can start to incorporate that pattern in. Third thing is surround yourself with marketers. Not everyone is just around people marketing, right? You know, you have to do that. You have to make it a point to go and surround. I mean, you are who you become who you surround yourself with. So get to events, get to things. We just had a mastermind this last week, and it was incredible. Like, the feedback from that is incredible. And what we do at those events are absolutely amazing. The biggest thing is just surrounding yourself with people like Nathan Lucas or Leah Ray Getz, who was there, or Matt Heltzler, Dave Sharp, right? And surrounding yourself with people that you want to come. Surround yourself with expert video makers, with expert copywriters, with expert marketers, and you will start to naturally become that person. So that's the third thing, is obviously surround yourself with people who have the skill that you want to develop, or others developing that skill. They don't have to be experts. Surround yourself with people that are in the same boat of developing those skills too. And the fourth thing is obviously practice and time. The first 15 days of this boot camp, you've been writing articles, and some of you have never done that before. What have you been doing? You've been practicing. And now tell me right now if your 14th article of that was worse than your first one. I highly doubt it's going to be worse. I know it's going to get better, right? So it's cool to see that. I'm very proud of you guys, and I know you. Drop in a comment if you're proud of yourself. Yes. Who said it? Where did it go? Someone said they're proud of themselves. April. Yes. I'm really surprised on the, I knew there'd be some fall off, but I'm really surprised on how many people are taking consistent action. And I might not go in there and comment on a lot of stuff, but I go in there and creep. I go in there and look, and I like to see people progressing, because I want to make sure that that's happening. And it's really cool to see you guys. Like, you guys are starting to write really awesome articles, and I'm sure some of yours were bad in the start, and I know they're not going to be perfect still. We just started, but you guys are starting to get it now. You're starting to see that progression, and that's what brings happiness to people, is finding progression. It's not perfection. You should never chase perfection, but to chase progression. And that's what you're seeing in this boot camp. So give yourselves a hand, obviously, for how we conducted the first half of the boot camp, because you guys are doing great. Seriously, what I've seen is amazing. So definitely proud to see that. Now we begin the side that people kind of been getting a little nervous about, which is the video side. So I just wanted to mention that I'm proud of you guys, and definitely proud to see what you guys have done in there. So please keep going. Even after the boot camp, don't stop. Keep doing this. Get into this habit. Make it fun. I'm sure it's starting to get a little bit more fun for you guys, because it gives you a chance to be yourselves, and to be genuine, and to be creative. I mean, we as humans, we naturally want to be creative. I mean, at work, the biggest problem I had when I was working like normal jobs, I guess you could call it, last one being at the warehouses, because I had all these creative thoughts, and they never would be put into action, or they never would be even considered or listened to. And I just felt like restricted creative wise. Like, I just couldn't, I had more to offer, and no one cared, is what it felt like, So when you write articles, you have to realize that a lot of people out there are not going to care. That's okay. But there's going to be a good amount of people that do, and that are helped by your article. And that's a big deal, you guys. So definitely proud of you guys from how you've conducted yourselves the first half. And a bigger thing that I'm proud of, that I don't think anyone's got a shout out for yet, is the support that you're giving to each other. I mean, we weren't expecting as much of that either. Like, the fact that you're going into each other's articles and clapping and dropping in comments and dropping in advice and comments on people who've created content. And you've probably posted something in there that got nothing. It just, maybe other articles popped up and pushed your post down in the group, and maybe someone didn't see yours, and that's okay. And that just, hey, maybe we need to market better. That's good practice to get people to see your stuff more. Time of day to post things. You got to take all this stuff into account. But I'm really proud to see that everyone's supporting each other. And that's the community that we have here at Legendary is like no other. It really is. I've seen other communities out there. They're very surface level. And most of the things out there are people just helping people in the groups because they want to sell them their own course or something like that. Or they make valuable posts in the group thinking that they're just helping people, but they got a motive. They got a motive to get people to message them and slide some affiliate links to them and stuff like that. But the help I'm seeing in our group is in the comment section. It's genuine. And just thank you so much for everyone who's contributed to this bootcamp, to contribute to others, to show them love. that's a big deal. And you guys should be very, very proud of all of yourselves on how you conducted yourselves in the first half of the boot camp. Very proud. Dave's proud. We're all very proud to see that here. And we're loving watching this. So, but before I keep blabbing about how proud I am of you guys, I think I've done that for 10 minutes now. Let's get into kind of what we're talking about now is getting out of your own head for this video section. So drop in some comments. I know we watched the webinar last night and he went over, Alex, it was beautiful. I mean, it was perfect. He went over everything I would probably want to go over myself, which is the fears that people face, just the technical side of things of like how to do the video. And then he even went in and researched a topic, which was underwater basket weaving, and then did the research and then created it and uploaded a video of him going over it and having a call to action, incorporating the 4, different things in the formula of the video, just to show you guys that it becomes second nature. You could just go do it when you get good at it, but you're gonna, like he said, you're gonna be bad when you first start. So if you did not watch that webinar with Alex last night, please, please, please watch it. And what I want to hear from you guys right now is, please, everyone, we got 33 people on right now. I want everyone to drop in a comment and let me know, what's your fear right now with making a video? What's one thing that's just preventing you from making a video right after this call is done with me? What is that fear preventing you? If that fear is not there anymore, tell me, what was your fear? My fear was just looking stupid. It's just self-conscious about the way I look back then too as well. And just worried that people were gonna make fun of me. That was my biggest fear. So tell me what yours were. Tell me, I know that the video is kind of delayed like 20 seconds, so I'm gonna ask probably a few more times until people start hearing it, but tell me what your fear is right now. Like everyone, like I wanna see 31 comments of people telling me what exactly your fear is that's preventing you from making a video. Like, what is it? Let me know, and let me know what it was. So now while people are commenting those answers, I kind of want to get into what Alex was talking about last night. He mentioned 4 fears, and that's probably what your fears are, but I want you guys to comment because I want to find some other fears that I haven't thought about yet, that haven't been addressed yet. So the first fear that Alex talked about was fear of just, self-conscious, how you look, being made fun of or having people think you look dumb or stupid. That was a lot of my fears. But one thing Alex said last night that is the biggest aha moment that I had, and the biggest aha moment that people do have, is stop being selfish. These fears are about they're your fears that are hurting you in your head. Like, oh, I don't like the way I look, or I don't like this, or it's just I mean, it might be kind of blunt to say, but you're being a little selfish in thinking that. I know it's kind of weird to hear that, and I was told that, and I remember thinking like, who the heck are you? I'm not being selfish, but it's all about you in that sense, and you could be preventing so much more for other people. I mean, you could be preventing help that someone on the other end could get. You can prevent yourself from making money to help your family around you that you desperately are wanting to help, right? Or it can prevent that person out there that was going to receive your content and actually be guided and helped by it. It's going to prevent them from ever seeing it. So if you get out of your own head and stop thinking like, me, how this is affecting me, and think, oh, I'm preventing people from being helped by me by this fear. That helped me kind of realize logically, like, dang, like it's bigger than myself, what I'm doing here. Like my goal is to go help people, and I'm going to be preventing them from being helped because of my silly fear, right? And I don't want to say silly, it's a big fear. I don't want to sit here and say it's take it lightly. I mean, it's being on camera is a fear. It really is, just like being afraid of snakes. People can tremble and get terrified of it. I get it, but you have to realize how much you're preventing for your own success, for success of people around you and people on the other end of that content. And when you start getting over that, it has you to think more about others. And that's, if your video is all about yourself, then it's not about them. People need to realize that you're wanting to help them, and you have to be genuine about that. I don't mean just go out there and just help people so you can throw them affiliate links so they can buy through you and then, then ignore them forever. I mean, like, genuinely really want to help people, like find it in yourself to like want to help people, go do it, and to be rewarded by that feeling, because it'll get you out of your head. It'll get you to a point where it's not about you anymore. There's a bigger picture involved. And when it's that way, the confidence will go up, and you'll realize that it's more about this. It's not just about you. So that's the first thing he talked about. And obviously the second thing is fear of failure, which kind of goes back into that. He says stuff up. I think that's an Australian thing. But give yourself the space to stuff up. Give yourself that space to mess up. You're going to be bad. I mean, that's okay. I mean, just know that you're going to be bad and allow it. And it's really cool. In day 4 of our challenge, Robert Kiyosaki says a good point that I think everyone should say to themselves. But every time Robert Kiyosaki failed at something, he would always say, first, great. He's like, good that I failed. Instead of, oh, I failed, I'm so bad. He said, good. Now, what have I learned? How can I get better? That's the only simple thing he asked himself every time he failed and still continues to fail. It says, good. What have I learned and how can I get better? So my advice to you today is after this call, seriously, right when I get done, I probably should have ended it early so you guys could have gone and done it. But right when this call ends, pick up your phone and record your first video if you haven't yet. Do it today. And then drop in a comment after you did it. Come back to the replay, drop in a comment and said, I did it. Just say those words, I did it. So if you haven't recorded the video yet, right after this call, go do it and make it a point to mess up. Don't do it on purpose, but just know it's going to happen. Know that you're going to fail. Know that it's not going to be perfect. Know that your eye and lighting and everything is not going to be perfect, but just go fail with it today. Go make a mistake. Go be bad at it. Just have some fun with it, right? But it'll start to get you out of that, mindset of fear of failure. Just go fail. When I first started online marketing, advice I got was go see how many no's you can get. Go see how many people are going to say no to you, because if you're doing that, then it's inevitable that people aren't going to like what you're promoting every single time, but there is going to be someone, and that'll start to build the more yeses that occur as you keep going. But give yourself that space to fail. Just know that it's going to happen, and just know that that's how you get better. It's part of the process. I've failed many times and continue to do it today. And I always say the same thing that Robert says is, good. What have I learned? How can I get better? At the end of every day, I look back at my day and see what I did well. I'm grateful for the things I have. But then also I notice, like, what could I have done better? I want to grow. I don't beat myself up. I use it constructively. Imagine that you're treating yourself as like a loved one or a family member. You wouldn't beat them up or bash them down about their issues. So don't do it to yourself either. So be kind to yourself, be constructive with yourself, and know that you're going to get better. And then the third thing he said was just to mention that you're going to mess up. I think that was Melanie's idea in there. Just like say, hey guys, this is one of my first videos. I'm probably going to stumble through this. I'm just talking from the heart right now. So honestly, I can mess up, but just bear with me. Blah, blah. So you can say stuff like that to just kind of give yourself that room to mess up, but just to let them know you're not going to be perfect. And I'm telling you, people like that more. I don't want to see some generic suit wearing guy just going, hi, how you doing? Do you want to make more money today? Well, click the link below and I'll see you on the inside. Things like that. Yeah, I don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. It's fake. It's not genuine. I'd rather see some guy. There was a marketer that was famous years ago. I don't know if he's still doing things, but he was called the Lazy Marketer. And he did all his videos in a robe with a coffee mug, and obviously he gave the illusion that he was lazy. I mean, he worked really hard, obviously, to get to where he was, but then he got to a point where he was just creating content. It didn't have to work more than an hour a day. So he was in a robe for all his videos and people loved it, right? They loved it. And it was him just being himself, but not worried about being perfect. And I think people relate more to just knowing that you just picked up your phone and you just made a heart-to-heart video right there in that moment and just admitted that you're not going to be perfect. And people love to see that. They absolutely love to see that. And they love to see that you're a normal person. It's better and it's more fun for you. Being yourself, you don't have to try hard to be yourself. Just be yourself. Makes it more fun. If they don't like you, move on to the next. So, and then the fourth thing was the big fear of getting haters, which is inevitable. You have to understand, you have to be empathetic from, I guess some haters are pretty bad, but I kind of have some empathy for them. Like I realize that there is a reason why they're hating. There is a reason for that. And my life is happy. And there's no reason for that hater's unhappiness to rub off on me. But the reason that happens is because they probably had a bad day. They're probably having a rough life. They've probably not been cared for their whole life or something atrocious has happened to them, or they're just upset and there's no one around them to vent to. There's no one around them that cares to listen to them. So what do they naturally do? They go on Facebook, they go on YouTube, and random things pop up. They talk crap about it. They hate on it. They get upset, and they can be so vicious. I mean, guys, I've if the worst thing that was ever told to me, I don't even feel comfortable with saying it out loud, what this person emailed me. And all I could do was about, long story short, she wanted my dog to kill me, basically. She wanted my dog to like basically eat me alive or kill me, and bite parts of my body off, essentially, and like really used imagery to explain how she wanted my dog to do this to me. And I never met the person. I think she was confusing me with someone else. That's how it felt, because it was like I never saw her anywhere until that random email. Maybe it was one of my emails that went out to her, I don't know. But what I did, instead of taking that and being like timid or scared to make another video, all I did was I made a post on Facebook, and I put up her email and blurred out her name and blurred out some really bad words in there. And so people can get the idea. Then I took a picture of Stevie, my little terrier. I don't think I have a picture of him right now. My little terrier mix. And I put it like he was cuddling with me and like licking my face or something. And I go, sorry, he still loves me, or something like that. And I just turned that hater situation into a funny thing. And then everyone was commenting and loved it. And I didn't take it. A lot of people will take that kind of hate and be like, wow, like, am I really doing something bad? And you'll start to feel like you're the bad person, when really 98% of people out there know you're not. But that 2% of people that think you are, they're going to affect you that way. So I could have let that person just affect me. I mean, the things that she said to me were so horrible. I mean, it'd make your head spin. Even for me, I'm like, whoo, this person's got some hate inside them. But then I realized, like, that person was probably having a horrible day, horrible life at that moment. And to not let them affect me, because I'm sure in a week later, they're going to be fine. They're going to be happier, and they'll look back and think, wow, I was probably a little over exaggerated on that. But haters are going to happen. People go to the internet to vent. People go to the internet to vent and to, and to express the things that sometimes they don't have support around them to be able to express. And you just might be on the receiving end of that, and know that you're not just the only one. They probably went to 40 or 50 different things that day to hate on. And I've seen people hate on, like Alex said, Gandhi. I mean, people will hate on things out there that just are like, how can you hate? What? People will complain about everything. So no, it's not you. If you're selling something and marketing something that's genuine, and you're being genuine, and someone's hating, like he said, there's two ways to handle that. One, if they're right, address it and say, like, wow, I messed up. You're absolutely right. I changed it. I fixed it. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. Thank you. Be genuinely thankful that they have called you out on something. I've been called out on many things before. I'm like, who are they to think? Who are they to think that? But now I think, hold on a second. They're kind of right. Okay, they're right. All right, I'm gonna get better. Okay, you're right. So, but if they're not right, and if they're just being hateful like that person was with me, just ignore it. It's just realize that person was having a bad day, and now they're gonna make your day bad because of their bad day. How dare them? But more, but you don't let them do that. And I get it, guys. Bad things will happen to me sometimes, and I let it affect my day. And then next, I start to notice the next bad thing. Next, within a matter of 10 minutes, I've thought about 10 things that are bothering me, right? And then the whole rest of my day can feel kind of gloomy. I get it. I've been there. I still do that, but that one hater should not. There was an example Alex gave in the example last night. It was a Frank Kern. It was I think it was a sentence or a paragraph from a Frank Kern book. But what it was let's say someone's hating on your YouTube video and talking smack on your YouTube video and hating on you. Basically the paragraph meant how can you look your children in the eye and tell them you can't provide for them because this hater on YouTube made you stop, or this hater influenced you so much to stop thinking about why you're here and why you want to create an online business and why you want to make more money, right? But you have to look them in the eye and tell them, hey, I can't provide this thing I want to provide for you because I let this idiot on YouTube talk smack and make me stop and make me self-conscious, and they controlled my life instead of me controlling my life. It's kind of, it's kind of sad to think that happens to a lot of people, that they let that hater, that person who's having that horrible day, just influence them to have a bad day and then quit their goals. I mean, you're giving them too much power. I mean, how dare them for being that powerful to do that to you? But that's on you to allow that to happen. I mean, you can't control haters, can you? You can't control the people that talk crap on your content, right? But what can you control? What can you control? What did I control when I had that horrible hater? I've had plenty since then. I mean, actually, I didn't have that much. I had some horrible ones, but then as you keep going, it just goes away and erases completely. I mean, I never get that stuff now, but what you can control is how you handle yourself once it happens. How professional you handle yourself, or how you don't allow that to affect your day. That is something you can control. So the things that you can control, goodness, control them. Be in control of them. Because the things out there that you can't control, if you can't control the things you can control and the things you can't control, then you're just out of control. And that's what makes people feel scared and nervous and unsure usually, and fearful and self-conscious. So know that a hater is going to happen, and just know that you can control how you handle it, how you let it affect you, and let it affect you positively, because I get it. Sometimes it's like someone will hate and it'll kind of ruin your day a little bit, but you gotta stop that. So that was some of the things he talked about last night. So let me see what you guys are. And by the way, the dog that she wanted to attack me is like this big. It's like my tiny little terrier. I thought, now looking back on it, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I hope she's feeling better now. I'm scrolling. You guys got a lot of comments today. Holy cow. I got to scroll up years worth. Okay. I know it was Christiane that commented first. There it is, being terrible. Okay, we addressed that. You're going to be terrible. Just be terrible. Have some fun with it. Like I said, record videos with no intention of anyone watching, right? And just go with that, and know you're going to be terrible. But no one's going to see it. Who cares? And then you'll get better. Then you can upload. Or you can just upload when it's bad. Just go for it. Who cares? People love to see people progress too. And when they see you progressing, they'll know that what you're providing helps, because it's helping you, right? So people laughing at you, people may laugh. People may laugh. A way to get over that is to maybe make it a little funny. You know, a lot of people, there was a strategy on Facebook with so many people would go through Facebook and just laugh at serious posts, and people were like taking it like, how dare this person? We got 15 people laughing at my ad. What people would do to erase that was to make it funny. So if people are laughing, you can't tell if they're laughing at you or laughing at what you've done. So make it a little wacky, make it a little fun. Admit that you're going to be bad at it. Stuff like that. Make it fun, but also just like, you know, make them laugh in general. Make it a little fun, make it a little funny, you know, and that way if they, you know, you don't know what they're laughing at that point. My fear is not talking in an understandable way. That'll get better, dude. That'll get better, Rafat. How do you pronounce your name, man? I don't know how to pronounce it, and I feel bad not saying it right. Not being understandable, I totally get that. It takes time to kind of be more clear with the, you know, with the way we speak, and to not talk fast, to not talk too slow, to get right into the point of the video, and things like that. Rahul, fear of looking stupid. Mine was talking in public, Omar. That was a big one, of like almost like that fear of public speaking. That's a big fear. Not having content, being silly, shy, not having content. So that boot camp will really help you, Reza, is as far as thinking of content. And another way to do that is market research. Go study other marketers, what topics they're talking about. And obviously don't copy or anything like that. I got to make that clear. But to give some inspiration, if you follow 10 different people and 10 different recent things they've done on YouTube or whatever, you'll start to notice patterns, but also start to notice, you know, kind of ideas of what you can do for content and inspiration behind that content. Being silly, yeah. So the best way to do that is just be silly, make it fun. People like to laugh, and they like to be with someone that's not so serious all the time. You know, like Dave's released videos of Dr. Seymour Profits, you know, where he's made funny videos, and people like that. You know, you don't want to be wacky all the time. People don't like someone that's just like crazy wacky the whole time, but have an element of being silly. Be silly. That's more fun. You know, people will be drawn to that. People won't be, but not everyone's going to like. People don't really like usually someone that's super serious. Some people do, and that's okay. But people like silly. Nothing wrong with that. That's why comedy movies are out there. Forgetting what to say, right, Mary, and that's good. And I'm not a believer in scripts, but I know it helps people to have a script written out. So, and then a lot of people use the teleprompter app, but sometimes I notice people will like, I mean, they'll be wide-eyed staring at it, like, and you could tell they're just reading and just kind of staring like this, but like, you don't have to stare right at the camera. If I was staring at you guys like this whole call, I mean, you guys would probably get a little uncomfortable, right? If I'm just kind of staring at you just like this and my head's not moving, I'm just reading a thing like this. I mean, that would be a little weird, right? So I'll look around, I'll look at my phone, I'll maybe take a sip of my drink or something like that. But if I was, you know, you don't want to look like this the whole time. It kind of freaks people out a little bit. but make sure that if you are sticking to a script that you've practiced it a little bit. And what I recommend is just not making videos that are so long where you need a script. I mean, I know with the challenge, they're a certain length, but get to a point, obviously not right away because it's tough, but get to a point where you're scriptless, where you have, like what I love to do and what Nathan Lucas loves to do, we talked about that in that wake up call we had, is have bullet points. Like right now I'm looking at just bullet points of what I'm going to say, because me, I blab and ramble. I can forget about everything that I'm talking about, typically what I do, but I have those bullet points there and I just go off those bullet points. So you can do that. You can have just bullet points somewhere while you're making your video. So you can look off for a second and be like, okay, perfect. And then go back into something that makes you speak from the heart. So make sure that we're practicing to head to a scriptless area. Like you don't want to like I said, you don't want to be like looking at a script like that. And the people, it kind of freaks people out, to be honest, freaks me out. I don't know. But get to a point where you're scriptless and it's coming from the heart, where it's almost like, hey guys, I just picked up my phone. I just had a thought. I just wanted to make this quick video, to where people think it's in the moment. I mean, that is big. Stuttering, Hilda, stutter away. I do it plenty of times. I've had to practice that, and I naturally will stutter on things too as well. And I definitely will still do. I probably done it like 5 times this call, but own it, definitely. I'm losing my place. I don't really fear the camera. Nice. Your fear is that you don't represent the real you. Just Brad, you're a cool guy and you make things fun in these comment sections. So I know your marketing would be a direct reflection of that. So just own it, brother. Be the real you. And if people don't like it, who cares? You don't want to become successful off this being someone you're not. Then it becomes not fun. Believe me, you have to do this by being yourself, unless long-term, it's going to become a hassle instead of something fun. Facing the camera and saying the right thing, Bertha, absolutely. I hope what I've been talking about has kind of been helping you. But just know everything that you're saying is the right. I mean, I see what you mean, like saying incorrect information. I told you. And if someone corrects you, if someone in the comments says, hey, that's actually incorrect, tell them, oh my gosh, you're right. I don't know why I said that. I'm going to correct it and fix it. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. If you're not saying the right things, believe me, someone's going to tell you. Watching the camera and just freeze that someone's watching you. So Justina, like what I was talking about, dropped my phone. What I was talking about last week would help you. Is just know that the first, maybe sometimes people, it's good to just record and upload. Sometimes people might need to try like 5 or so times of just practicing and knowing that no one's going to see it. So that way you don't freeze. So you know, no one's going to watch this. And I'm telling you, one of those will be good for you to upload. Fear of getting nervous and blanking out, stopping in the middle and don't know what to say, don't know what the right word. Stop in the middle. There's plenty of times where I'm like, I will like stop and go look at what I'm talking about. Be like, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry, my dog just barked in the background. So, you know, if you stop, just admit the reason why you stopped, and just continue going. And that shows people that you're not scripted. I mean, if people knew, if I was reading a script this whole call, you guys would know that, and that would not be fun. Saying the wrong thing. It sounds like people are, that's actually, it's actually something I haven't even thought about, and something I don't think we've addressed is just saying the incorrect information. I wrote that down because that's a great point, you guys. Thank you. Of saying incorrect information, because you don't want to do that, obviously. But like I said, if you are, someone will call you out on it, and just thank them for caring enough to let you know. I mean, that's nice that they let you know. Obviously, if they're doing it in a kind way. Yes, Sheila. Sheila said, guys, this is so important, is that she's putting herself aside and going to think of those I can help. That's just my biggest aha moment, was for me to stop thinking like me, but like, who am I going to help, and go with the intention of actually helping. Charlotte, your fear was having no value to bring. Totally get that. As you learn more and as you surround yourself with people and marketers, you will start to see that. Brad, you're the man. Yeah, you got to return that tux, man. I don't know if it's going to work for you there, man. I don't know if people are going to like that. But let's see. Wow, I'm catching up to the comments. You guys are extra commenty today. I love it. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, what am I missing? Oh man. And look, you guys are commenting to each other. You guys are the best. Good morning, Eugene. Emma, Sean, dude, how was the mastermind, man? Let us know how it was, man. What was your biggest takeaway, and what was your favorite part about it? I know you just got back from that, man. So obviously you had some safe travels, but let us know how you enjoyed that, man. I saw some of your videos and it looked like it was a good time. I was so sad I couldn't make it. I had to stay home to watch our dogs. My wife was in New York on the weekend. And I just, we couldn't find anybody to watch them. So I just refused to board them because they're a little spoiled. They would not know what that would be like. So I stayed at home. But yes, Christina, yes. Sometimes people are so shy to connect with people in real life. You know, sometimes people are shy to open themselves up in fear of being dumb in front of people, but be yourself. You're exactly right, Christina. Be yourself in life too. You don't want to go through life not being yourself, because eventually that'll run out. You're not going to like it, and you're going to have to backtrack and learn how to be you out of nowhere. So that's tough. So still on the road. Well, dang, man, did you leave today? You stayed extra there. Nice. Good stuff, man. I'm glad you liked it, man. I always know you go to all those, and I know how much they help, and it's just awesome to see how much you've progressed too as well. Definitely very proud of what you've done, man. And if y'all don't know Sean's been here before I was here at Legend. I hopped in at Legendary about 2 years ago, and Sean was here before I was here, so he's like one of the originals here. So he had a great time at our event this weekend. So before I start, I keep talking about random things. I had some tips that I thought up of to just make your videos better. The more comfortable people feel like of how the quality of their video, sometimes they feel better. But just shoot it with your smartphone, guys. Seriously, Nathan Lucas hit one of his first videos that went viral with 500,000 views was him actually going over. This was when Facebook released the live feature, and he actually went over it and made a video about it using a smartphone, and it got 500,000 views, and kind of it was helpful to kickstart him a little bit too as well. But just use your smartphone, turn it sideways, not upright. Don't do up and down, because if you want to upload it to a funnel or anything later, it's too tall, and it does the empty spaces on the side. If you're going to do it, turn it sideways. Just looks better, looks more theatrical, but it also takes the whole space of the background that you're having. It's just better. Have it sideways. Never do it up and down. Always do it sideways. Keep it smooth and steady. I mean, if I'm watching someone's video on YouTube and it's like they're in the middle of an earthquake trying to shoot, it makes me nauseous, to be honest. I mean, that's why there's a lot of, those movies out there like Cloverfield, where it's from the perspective of someone's camera and it's shaky. I mean, that makes a lot of people nauseous. I kind of like that stuff, but like from my wife and my mother, for example, it makes them kind of sick to watch. So if you're shooting a video and you're just like, hey guys, welcome to my channel, and you're just flowing around like that, people are going to look away. They're going to look away. So get a tripod, or get a steady hand, or just get a tripod, so that way people can see your hands. And that's just proven that if you're on video and people can see your hands, they can actually trust you more. I don't know why. It's just a psychological thing. Just like if you're talking to someone in person, showing your hands shows trust. If your hands are in your pockets or behind your back, people are like, what are you doing with those hands? So yeah, if don't hold the camera like this. If you can't, you can if you want, but try to put it on a tripod. Try to angle it up on a little whatever. Get the right angles, but make sure that you're definitely not making it to where people are just like trying to see your video like that. Smooth and steady. Third thing is be conscious of the lighting. Now, I'm going to give you guys an example. My room is atrocious for lighting, and it's because I set my desk up here. That's just because I don't want to set my desk up in front of the wall and just look at a wall all day and a window. So the light can come. So have the light coming in at you. Have the light illuminating you. Don't have light behind you, because then you'll become a shadow and it'll be darker and the quality will go down. These smartphones will have good quality, but the lighting's got to be good, unless you got an iPhone 11 Pro with the 48 different cameras on the back of it. Then if you don't have that, then you have to be really conscious of that lighting. So have lighting in front of you. Like if I really wanted to do this up, I mean, and this is proof, you don't got to be perfect. My background ain't perfect. My lighting ain't perfect. But if I wanted to, I would add more light here facing me this way to illuminate my face and my eyes and my everything, to make yourself look more bright and positive, right? So be conscious of the lighting. Don't have the lighting coming from behind you, but coming at you. So be always aware of that. And the better the lighting is, the better quality the video will look. So it doesn't have to be obviously like 4K quality or anything like that, but something blurry and fuzzy and dark just is a little, not as fun to watch as something outside. So if you don't get good lighting inside, go outside, have the sun facing you, set up the tripod, and just start going away. Be conscious of your background. Don't have dumpsters. One of my first videos, it was actually, I started my online business out of my mom's basement back when I lived there, when things were a little tough. and she has 4 dogs and I have 2 dogs. So obviously, let's be honest, we had a lot of poop around the yard to pick up, and there was a bag of it behind me in my first video I uploaded on YouTube. I didn't even know. And then that's when my mentor said, or my wife's cousin who was mentoring me, said, you know, be conscious of, great video, man, great topics, really crying about it, and said, be conscious of your background. There's a bag of crap behind you. And then I realized, oh my God, I had the bag of crap behind me the whole time. So be conscious of your background. Okay, make it like, get a tree, get some green and blue in the background outside. That stuff looks good. I mean, you know it. It's fun to look at that stuff. 4, be conscious of your audio. Like you can get a like $100 like microphone on Amazon these days, like Nathan had in that call that we did, that you can, that's really clear, like what streamers would use, like video game streamers would use, very clear. I use I have wireless headphones, but I like the wire. There's nothing, I just like the quality of these more. So I'll use these. If you're not doing anything plugged in and you're doing just raw audio from the camera, make sure that there's not wind going like all over the place. You know, be conscious of the audio, make sure you can be heard. If people have to like strain to hear you, then reshoot it. You know, obviously we want to be conscious of the audio. What's the 5th thing? And don't get caught up in editing forever. Like if you have Apple, iMovie, and if you have Android, I don't know what video software is like equivalent to iMovie, but on Apple there's iMovie. One thing you just got to be conscious of is not having like 15 seconds of downtime in the beginning. Like get right into it. People on YouTube, you got to catch their attention the first 4 seconds. If it's nothing the first 4 seconds, they're going to find the next video. So make sure to trim the video. The biggest thing with editing is just trim the front, trim the end, and that's it. You don't have to get any fancier than that, then upload. Don't worry about editing. Do I need to edit this? Do I need to put in titles? Do I need to put in sound effects? Do I need to put in intros? Do I need to do this? No, people sometimes rather a video just get to the point. When I look up advice on YouTube, I don't want to hear about the person blab for the first 5 minutes. That's when you see in the comment section, hey guys, at 5 minutes, this person actually gets into the point of the video. You'll see that in the comments because that person didn't, hey, I'm blah, 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 I do this, blah, blah, blah. You have a question about this, let's dig right into it. Like really, like get right into it. Don't get caught up in that editing, but just make sure it's, well, Rahul, edit your background. Do something, get creative, get a little fun with it, man. Put something back there, or go outside. I think that I shot all my videos when I first started outside. Every single one of them was outside, every single one, because it allowed me to go be by myself to where no one was around, but also it looks pretty. And sometimes you know, my backyard's not the prettiest, so I got to go find places. So nothing wrong with that. So yeah, God, I literally this morning, I'm like, this call today is only going to be 15 minutes. And then I'm going to give them 15 minutes to go shoot a video right after it. And then I ended up going for 50 minutes. So I've done it again. You guys are too much fun to talk to, but I hope today's call helped. And now we have begun. Today is the day we have begun the video portion of the boot camp. Now I hope Alex's webinar last night and what I've had today has helped you guys. And if it has, drop in a comment. If it hasn't, drop in a comment too. If this is not helping you guys, I need to know what's gonna. Because we got to get over this fear of making video. Video marketing is the best. It is the best. And to miss out on that is just purposely shooting yourself in the foot. And I know it's tough. I know it's scary. I know it's nerve wracking. I know it's not fun being bad at something, but you have to like that. You have to know that you're bad and to be okay with that to grow and progress. So I hope this has helped you guys. I hope this call has helped. I hope what Alex had helped. It helped me. His advice helps me. I go to him. You know, he's great at what he does. He really is. So take this today and just right when this call ends, I'm serious, guys. You got 27 people in here. When I literally end this and say goodbye, if I ever do, I might talk to you guys for 40 more minutes, who knows? But when this call ends, seriously, pick up your phone, turn it sideways, get that lighting and start talking. Just start talking. Practice, practice, practice. I shot like 50 videos of the same one before I liked that 50th one. Believe me. And I took the bag of crap out of the background. Everything was good, right? So get better at it. Know you're going to be bad at it and have some fun with it. And in a week, I want to see progression, you guys. I've seen a lot of uploads of articles in the group. I'm worried that we're going to see less uploadings now because it's video based. But to me, doing video is a lot easier than writing. I'd much rather talk now than write. So it might seem like you want to write more, but do the video side, like really take it and really take it seriously and just go dig in. So you guys stay legendary. Have a legendary Tuesday. Have a great rest of your week. You guys, this is one of my favorite things to do, I think, is have this wake up call, because you guys are really interactive. You guys make it fun. And the fact that you're on this call and staying with me almost an hour just shows that you're serious about this and that you crave to progress. And I love to see that. I'm very proud of all you guys. I'm proud of you for just being on this call and being consistent with that. And if you're watching this replay later, I'm proud of you for taking the time on your busy day to watch it later. If you can't watch it live, I totally understand, but drop in a hashtag replay if you've watched this later and it's helped you. And you guys have a great rest of your day. And I'm excited to see what you guys create with the videos. So right when this call ends, I'm about to end it, I swear. Right when this call ends, seriously, go pick up a camera and shoot a video. You got 9 minutes till it's 11 o'clock, which chances are, if you're still on this call, you got 9 minutes. Go and record that video right now and drop in a comment after you've done. Come back to this replay, drop in a comment and tell me I did it. 3 words, I did it, exclamation point, and let me know that you've done your first one if this is your first one. So seriously, I'm about to end, I swear, about to end it. Go shoot that video right now. Don't think about it. Don't sit around all day second guessing it. Just seriously pick up that phone and record that video. Guys, have a great day. Stay legendary, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Jackie will be on here tomorrow. You guys know the drill, and enjoy yourselves. Take it easy, everyone.